Hi, in today's video, we're going to be covering how to call the Update Source DataHub Platform API. So to begin, we see that this is the URL we need to call. So I'm going to copy this over into Postman, the tool I'm using. Paste it in the URL field. Now if we come back, we notice that this is requiring an HTTP put. So I already have it configured as a put. But if you need to do so, go ahead. Next, it's coming to authorization. I'm not going to show it for security reasons. But I'm just using basic authorization with my normal credentials I use to log into the Boomi platform. There's no additional headers required for this call, but there is a body that's going to be required, and that's because we're actually updating the source, so you need to specify what you want it to update to. But before we get into that, there are two variables in the URL that we're going to need to replace, the account ID and the source ID. To get those, you just navigate to your DataHub platform, go to the sources page. Up top, you'll see your account ID in the URL. So I'm going to update that in Postman. And then to get the source ID, you just identify which source you're going to be updating. For me, it's going to be local disk, so I'll take LD and replace the source ID here. All right, and as I said, for this, you're going to need an actual body for the request. There's an example here in the documentation. This is the same one that I'm going to be using. So I'll take this, paste it in here. For the name, it's going to be updating. Essentially what this is updating is it's allowing you to update the name of the source or the entity ID URL. So if we come back in here and I hit configure on this action cog next to the local disk source, you see you can modify these same field values within the platform. So we're just going to need to specify what we want here. For the sake of this example, I'm going to make this video test. That's going to be the new name. And I'll just do an example right here, just a fake URL. And now if I update this, send it through, we see that we got a 200 response and a true. So if I go back in here and refresh this page, we should see it's updated. All right, as you can see, this is the previous, or this is the same source. It's got the same source ID, LD, that will never remain, or that will never change. Once you create a source, you cannot change the source ID. But this name right here, we changed to video test. And if we hit the configure cog, we can see that the entity ID URL was populated. All right, that concludes today's video. Thank you.